2, 1.
The Prototype Accelerator, launching Bar-Ilan innovation from labs into markets. You are a researcher. You discover something amazing, and you see it has great commercial potential. What do? You call up companies who might buy the idea and turn it into a product. They're interested and invite you to give a demo. Well, you say, there's a lot of equipment. You'll have to come into my lab for a demo. They come, you explain. They're bored. So you show them how you do your magic. You flip switches, turn knobs, calibrate instruments, and then your sophisticated equipment pops out a number showing that it did exactly what you said it would. Okay, says the company, but what's it do? Well, you tell them, this can be used for a lot of different things, and you mention some. They look at the equipment again. You know, they say, this is big. How much does all this stuff cost? You do a quick calculation in your head. I got some good deals. It's all about $1 million. They say, thanks, goodbye, don't call. This happens a few times. How odd that these companies aren't thrilled by your great idea. So you decide, okay, I'll build it myself. But what are you making? You've discovered some new way to do some new thing, and you know it could change the way 1 billion people do 1 billion different things, but you can't tailor your technology to all those uses all at once. In fact, you can't build your discovery into anything by yourself. You already work full-time as a professor. You don't have the time. Your funding is dedicated to publicly funded projects. You don't have the money. And likewise, your regular team has regular responsibilities. So you have no staff on no payroll. Usually, when you need money, you apply for a grant. But scientific grants are for science. And you finished the science. You need support from the commercial sector, but they already told you, too big, too expensive, unfeasible. You put your heart and soul into your work, and you know that it can make a real difference. For Israel, for humanity, for future generations. But how can you go on? Even if you muster the resources, you might develop your idea for an application whose market turns out to be weak, or you might choose a losing business strategy. Between the lab and the market, there seems to be an impassable death valley. Today at Bar-Ilan, we have hundreds of researchers with hundreds of ideas stuck at the edge of commercialization Death Valley. So we're stuck. But we've got huge potential. This is how we will overcome the gap. The Prototype Accelerator is a Bar-Ilan venture to promote rapid development of high-potential technology into commercial products using early versions or models which simulate how final products will work. Who can convince an industry that a room full of scientific equipment which costs $1 million can be realized as a commercial product? But when a researcher condenses all that equipment into a shoebox-sized prototype which can be produced for just $1,000, then industry leaders can begin to imagine how to make a final product the size of a matchbox, $1 a piece, that performs the same amazing feat. The Prototype Accelerator is a virtual laboratory. Promising technologies are reviewed by an admissions committee. And once admitted, the Prototype Accelerator selects an expert team for the specific needs of each project. Among the team members are engineers and the staff of Bar-Ilan. One crucial task performed early in the acceleration process is a thorough evaluation of society's emerging needs and the possible markets for new technology. This analysis is used to determine in which direction the basic technology will be applied. Should a new sensor be refined to become an instrument for measuring and fine-tuning the fermentation of wine? Turns out the wine industry wasn't interested, but the same technology can be used to instantly test for strep throat. In fact, today, the top 3 high-potential technology companies launched from Bar-Ilan all started with prototypes. The Prototype Accelerator, launching Bar-Ilan innovation from labs into markets, accelerating Bar-Ilan, accelerating Israel, accelerating our world.